got your ass, didn't I?
Of course, appearing on NBC's Today Show, Ricky Starks, white by most definitions, says she considers herself black and takes issue with critics comparing her look to blackface.
Are you an African-American woman?
I identify as black.
You identify as black. Let me put a picture up of you in your early 20s, though. Mm-hmm. And when you see this picture, is this an African-American woman? Or is that a Caucasian woman?
That's not in my early 20s, but...
That's a little younger, I guess? Yeah.
I think I was 16 in that picture.
Is she a Caucasian woman or an African-American woman?
I would say that visibly she would be identified as white by people who see her.
But at the time, were you identifying yourself as African-American?
In that picture, during that time, no.
What a fascinating conversation.
He's over because he's Cody's boy. He's backstage with Cody before his WrestleMania 2039. You know, I've been saying, you know, Ricky Starks is a gay. I don't know if people know that. He's a gay. You never seen him with a woman. You never seen his parents. So he white or Hispanic or goddamn Cuban or what he look like? They go for people always say he look like The Rock because the shape of his head and stuff. Shit, this nigga not built. The Rock shit this motherfucker out his ass. He look like my man's off a Distinguished Gentleman. The one nigga, the bodyguard. Wait.
I don't see what people are saying when they say AEW fumbled him. It's like he's not gonna bring anything new to the WWE.
I mean, I get what people's issue was. They did Tony Khan did. I'm not saying that he a bad wrestler. He just not what you want him to be. And I don't look at this guy. Look at him. So if he Cody Rhodes' boy, and you know, that's his boy and shit, this is who you advocating for. Mind you, you're married to a Negro woman and you're not advocating for Negroes. You know that there is a Negro issue. Cody Rhodes knows that there is a Negro issue in wrestling. And you got the ability to pull people, yet this is what you choose to pull. It's something about Brandy and Cody that's disingenuous with me. So I think that Ricky Starks and Cody Rhodes is fucking. I don't know what you think. And I think Brandy know it. I think she may be involved in all that shit. What the fuck you think?
I don't put nothing past these people, man.
You don't just be friends for no goddamn reason in that industry. You know, Shawn Michaels, look, we're not about to go there.
The ball thing.
That was not the place I was trying to go, but who asked that question? Cha-Cha boy forced it out of me. Cody Rhodes and Ricky Starks is fucking. All right, that's what that is. They ass buddies. We noted this before. That's why Tony Khan didn't do shit with Ricky Starks for a minute, because they one little thing turned sour. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was, and that's why he held him like that.
Tony felt jilted when he seen Ricky H. and Cody.
Well, I ain't getting into all the semantics and shit. I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me.
Ricky Saints is black. I don't give a fuck.
No,
Ricky Saints is black. Fuck you.
Prove it.
You can look up his ethnicity right now. You can look up his ethnicity right now. You can look up his ethnicity right now. You can look up his ethnicity right now.
It's question marks. And it's question marks. Rachel
question marks my ass.
Your outlook on it. Growing up, was your racial identity, was this a source of issues for you in school? Were you bullied? Racial identity. Well, in New Orleans, there's a lot of fair-skinned people that are black, and it's just based off of like the Creole, history. So I went to a predominantly all-black school in New Orleans East, and so even then I was a lot lighter than I am now. And so I was constantly always, I'm not gonna say picked on, because I'm pausing that stuff, by the way, I was just talking my shit. But I had a lot of issues because I was always in fights, always in some type of issue because I was white. This was an all black school. So even if I did something that they didn't like, it was always a race thing. So I was always into a fight. Like every week it was something that my mom had to take off of work and come handle. Then there's times that I instigated it, where I would talk some mess and have them chase me, and then it end up in this big blown fight. So I went through that for a good, I don't know, like from kindergarten up to, I want to say like 9th grade, really. And I really got over that by having to accept not only myself as like who I am and how I look, and this is, you know, at the end of the day, I know who I am. And I can't change that perception of seeing my mom, she's white. But it sucks because I go through life where I don't feel like I really fit in anywhere. Then when I don't fit on the white side, that sucks. And then when I don't fit on the white side, that sucks. And then when I don't fit on the white side, that sucks. I don't fit on the black side. So then you're kind of like in an island by yourself. Yeah. The anger has to go somewhere. It was a lot to try to deal with, especially growing up there when they should be, you know, more accepting. But
so white, too white for black, too nigger for white. Never belong nowhere.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Where the fuck did your accent go?
Why is it when you get angry you don't talk black anymore? Because I'm noticing that you're
because
like
I don't know. When I'm pissed, I just scream and get pissed. I can't help it. I don't know why my voice changes, but when I'm in different moods, my voice goes to different shit.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, talking is cheap. But we can't all condemn the white man. There's something we got to do. The white man is doomed, but we got to help him on his way. And I don't mean in the jest of hate. I mean according to the plan of divine providence. He that has been up a long time must come down. He that's been down a long time must rise.
If you are an American Negro and an American Negro only, subscribe to Racism on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Fanbase, Spotify, Rumble, and crackers that out on Twitter X. You can find more white truths.
Shown up pretty, and her skirt is short. Lord knows her legs are steady. And to walk to school, she's got to get up early with clothes on, but they are never ever dirty. They're living just enough for the city. My brother is smart. He's got more sense than me there. His patience is long, but soon he won't have any. 'Cause to find a job is like a haystack needle. 'Cause where he lives, they don't use colored people. They're living just enough for the city.
And now, our feature presentation.
But we can't all condemn the white man. There's something we got to do. The white man is doomed, but we got to help him on his way.
Subscribe to Wrestling with Racism on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Fanbase, and at Non-Crackers at Al on Twitter X for more white truths.
But I think
You can understand how difficult it is for a black man to make his way in the world. You're black. Now I have the utmost respect for you. Get out of here. And I am just hoping.
What the hell is coffee's good with cream, but better when it's black?
I always said that the reason Ricky Stark's career didn't turn out so great in AEW is because he lied on his application. AEW is the racist organization toward American Negroes, and where he fucked up at was telling them that he's black. Because he didn't, because he sent you right to the black department. Your ass didn't do shit. And I think that white folk is getting behind Ricky Starks because he's been suppressed in AEW, not because he's a great worker. I do believe that his work was decent, you know, and when I was, you know, you could call me a hater or whatever, but when, you know, people was first noticing that he wasn't being shown on TV and stuff like that, I was like, well, good, because he wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? What is people clamoring for? But then it did start getting out of control to the point to where it's been a month, 2 months, 3 months. So I understand white folk clamoring to see more of Ricky Starks because it didn't make sense for you to take Ricky Starks off of TV and absolutely, essentially blackball him from AEW. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side, with him going to the WWE and with him going down to NXT, and with everyone accepting him being a black man, despite no proof, you don't have no parents, there's nothing. He got on his, listen, I touched Ricky Starks to the core, to the point to where he changed his Wikipedia. Let me go to his Wikipedia real quick.
I couldn't believe it when I first saw that clip, the interview clip, man. He addressed you specifically.
Yeah,
the Twitter thread, all
very, very disrespectfully.
Hear this question out loud, and we talked about it. I ended up having to deal with this question 2 weeks later.
I was trending. It was wild.
Ricky Starks, are you black?
Absolutely.
For a black man to make his way in the world, you black. Now I have the utmost respect for you down here, and I am just hoping.
Are you? Wait, what was the term that was in my mentions? A foundational black.
Yes, I've never heard this term before. I had to mute the thread because people were going on for so long about it.
What was that? I didn't understand what it meant. You know,
I don't know.
I didn't know what foundational black was. And so, you know, it's funny. Those are multiple accounts. I've blocked one, but it's on this weird, like, I need to see your birth certificate. I need to see your parent. It's like, bro, first off, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. If I say who I am, that's who the hell I am. And I'm not about to sit up here and have you try to question me on what I am, quote unquote. And so these are people who follow a false idea of what it means to be black. It's a stupid, nasty cycle that obviously, I've dealt with, especially coming from New Orleans. But at the time, like, I'm not about to come on Twitter and have you say, hey, you need to show me, like, I ain't Obama. I ain't, like, come on. That's not what we're going to do here. So I wasn't aware of what's happening until I had a friend text me, and I just scrolled it and I skimmed it. I said, wow, y'all, wow, I'm over here. Wow, that's what y'all on today. I said, okay. And I just went about my day.
Bro, I was so blown away because
faggot ass.
we have this panel.
Everybody be sure to subscribe to Wrestling with Racism on YouTube, TikTok,
then it was like
Facebook,
Ricky Starks
fan base,
and I was like,
Instagram, and non-crackers at Al.
Then there was another
on
one.
X
The
for
crazy
more
part about this
white
somebody
truths.
said Ricky doesn't have black features. Have you ever seen a Creole person before?
I don't think people have. Believe it or not, like, I don't think people been in Louisiana.
I got 3 features to prove my point, and one of them I can't do in public.
I knew it was coming.
Willow Nightingale was white. She said that her father was white.
Okay.
Tell them like it is.
But I'm just saying, like, it is such a wild precedent to set where you have colorism within the culture.
Yeah.
In an industry that is not chock full of African Americans to begin with, and was much maligned years ago and built up upon stereotypes, you would think that black folks would stick together.
I don't even know what black features, quote unquote, are. Like, there's so many different black features.
I mean, I could show you in an old cartoon, them Looney Tunes cartoons with the crows, with the big, that's what I guess, is that what they think?
That's a foundational black, huh?
Is that what that means? Because, I mean, Will, do you get that at all?
Honestly, I was very shocked when you had received a bunch of questions like that and nobody said a peep about me being on the panel.
I didn't think of that.
I was like, how did I get past the radar on
Slip
this?
right by it.
I was like, my dad's white as hell.
Yeah. She didn't acknowledge the Guyanese side. And she said,
I think, like, mixed folk are.
For the record, Willow Nightingale is white and Guyanese. She is not an American Negro.
So
subscribe to Wrestling with Racism on YouTube and check out the delineation series, the importance of delineation series in the
you still
playlist.
deal with all of like the oppression and the systemic kind of things that are going to hold you back. And I understand there is colorism, there is privilege in being lighter skin and having different features or whatever. I recognize this, but at the end of the day, like, people do still perceive me as a black woman, and that is something I can speak on.
Eddie, what the hell is this all about?
Didn't mean any harm.
Bitch, get out of my face. Shit, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Nigga, please. Now you know you need an ass whooping.
So I found it weird that nobody was like, what about Willow, though?
I didn't even think of that.
She said this specifically. There are certain privileges in being light-skinned, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, people still perceive me as being a black woman. Therefore, I am entitled to speak on these subjects. Those are her words verbatim. However, she won't tell people that she's a Guyanese and white woman. And two, she even said in the interview that I don't have right now, but I'll put it up later. It was a written interview or whatever, but that she grew up in the suburbs. She grew up in the white suburbs, and she didn't have to deal with no type of race or all this other different shit. Now all of a sudden, and AEW let her speak loudly about how proud she is to be a black woman and how proud to be in, you know, this black woman having all this success and shit. Bitch, you not us, and don't nobody look at you as a black woman. They look at you as Willow Nightingale, you know. And I like Willow big fluffy ass too, but don't make me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a racist, but I will tell you what fucking time it is, bitch. Ricky Starks.
What is it that makes these people black? Like, they not having no black families, they not having no black children. You know, what is their black experience other than they made up a story about being called a nigga when they was little?
You know, when you said that about Kalani Jordan, I think if it wasn't Clay, it was Jada Parker. You know, what connection do you have to this? Is you trying to reproduce with us? Which I think she is with Carmelo Hayes. But, you know, did you grow up with us? And white folk called you all types of races, and why does it matter, this, that, and other? But what's wrong with anybody answering the question? Did you or did you not? You know, we not saying nothing against or for, we just want to get clarification. I ask a lot of questions just to get clarification, but I can never get an answer because white folk want to sit up here and tell me the audacity that this sassy ass nigga had the opportunity to come up here and ask such a question. How dare you? It says Ricky Starks' personal life. Starks grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and was raised by a single mom. Oh, he changed white because I changed that. But it says single. It was up there for the longest. He was raised by a single mom with 2 siblings. Starks has spoken on a number of occasions about his frustrations that people often do not realize he is African American. And he put this in parentheses. Starks has described himself as light-skinned, something that was a source of bullying and fights in his childhood. You know, something don't smell right in the chitlins. You know, maybe I'm retarded, but, you know, New Orleans is a Creole-driven city, right?
Yep.
Louisiana has the most Creole. Matter of fact, that's pretty much where they based out of, right?
Yep.
How did you get bullied in school for being Creole?
Brother HBK 400. See, that's that reverse racism that gets pushed by these biracials, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to address the white supremacy narrative that get pushed by by the white supremacists onto them for being who they are, right? But they'll punch down on the American.
For the record, are you referring to this one drop rule to where they will outright reject a white descendant of theirs just because they are mixed with Negro?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But the thing is,
so you're black, you're not white. Let's take Mercedes Moné, for example. You're black, you're not white, despite the fact that your white mother raised you because your black father ran out on you, right? Your white mother raised you, but you're not white because you're black. Right?
But the thing is, the problem is that these polluted, I would say polluted bloodlines, right? That are not made from traditional Negro American relationships, right? They leave us holding the bag and telling them why white societies is not accepting of them. And why should, if white society is not accepting of them, why should we as Negroes be accepting of them and these offsprings, these illegitimate offsprings? One could strongly make the case to.
You know what's funny too? I get into these arguments all the time. The funny part is, and mind you, the title is White Accountability. We gonna make white folk take accountability for their own people. See, white folk think when I acknowledge that certain people who are mixed with white are white, or, you know, certain people who mix with Asian, like that Mia Yim bitch is Asian, this, that, and the other, you know, I'm not rejecting them in their blackness. I'm just acknowledging their whiteness or Asian or Hispanic or whatever it is, and I want you to acknowledge them too. And for the simple fact that you won't acknowledge them, that suddenly they go from black to mixed race. You know what I'm saying? People say, okay, damn it, they're mixed with white. They're mixed race. They will never say that they are white. they would elevate it to mixed race, but they won't never call them white. But you initially started off by calling them black. And they black, and they black, and they black, and they black. I grabbed Pecker Tom Ron up for such an idiot. I grabbed Pecker Tom Ron and boy did I get him. But you know, we was talking about Sasha Banks and Mercedes Moné. And you know, Mercedes Moné is headed to Australia, and I questioned her because she was taking questions. One thing that I noticed about Mercedes Moné, she was taking questions from the people. And it was several American Negroes. I know that she's not going to answer none of my questions. Whatever, you know, I asked her questions, I understand. But there's several American Negroes that asked questions, and she didn't answer a single one of them. And these was honest, you know, white bread questions. Hey, what's your favorite colors? You know, same shit all these other white folk were asking.
Subscribe to Wrestling with Racism on YouTube,
but for the majority of people,
Facebook,
that is the mindset.
Instagram, fan base,
I've met you,
and non-cracker to sat out
wonderful panel
on X
great
for more white truths.
I had so much fun doing that panel. I wish more people could have saw it. I think there was a lot of insight that we talked about of being African American in this business.
Yeah.
But I gotta start with you, Ricky, because people didn't get to hear this question out loud, and we talked about it. I ended up having to deal with this question. 2 weeks later.
I was trending. It was wild.
Ricky Starks, are you black?
Absolutely.
For a black man to make his way in the world, you black. Now I have the utmost respect for you. Got here, and I am just hoping.
Wait, what was the term that was in my mentions? A foundational black.
Yes, I've never heard this term before. I had to mute the thread because people were going on for so long about it.
What was that? I didn't understand what it meant. You know,
I don't know.
I didn't know what foundational black was. And so, you know, it's funny. Those are multiple accounts. I've blocked one, but it's on this weird, like, I need to see your birth certificate. I need to see your parent. It's like, bro, first off, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. If I say who I am, that's who the hell I am. And I'm not about to sit up here and have you try to question me on what I am, quote unquote. And so these are people who follow a false idea
of what it means to be black, and in return doing the same thing, the same damning thing that they criticize colonizers or white people for. You're doing the same thing. It's a stupid, nasty cycle that obviously I've dealt with, especially coming from New Orleans. But at the time, like, I'm not about to come on Twitter and have you say, "Hey, you need to show me, like, I ain't Obama." I ain't, like, come on, that's not what we're gonna do here. So I wasn't aware of what's happening until I had a friend text me, and I just scrolled it and I skimmed it. I said, "Wow, y'all, wow, I'm over here. Wow, that's what y'all on today." I said, "Okay." And I just went about my day.
Bro, I was so blown away because
faggot ass.
you have this panel.
Everybody be sure to subscribe to Wrestling with Racism on YouTube, TikTok,
then it was like
Facebook,
Ricky Starks
fan base,
and I was like,
Instagram, and non-crackers at Al
then it was another
on
then it was another one.
X
The
for
crazy part
more
about this is
white
somebody
truths.
said Ricky doesn't have black features. Have you ever seen a Creole person before?
I don't think people have. Believe it or not, like, I don't think people been in like Louisiana.
I got 3 features to prove my point, and one of them I can't do in public.
I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Tell them like it is.
But I'm just saying, like, it is such a wild precedent to set where you have colorism within the culture.
Yeah.
In an industry that is not chock full of African Americans to begin with, and was much maligned years ago and built up upon stereotypes, you would think that black folks would stick together.
I don't even know what black features, quote unquote, are. Like, there's so many different black features.
I mean, I could show you in an old cartoon, them Looney Tunes cartoons with the crows, with the big. That's what I guess. Is that what they think?
But I get.
Oh, that's a foundational black, huh?
Is that what that means? Because I mean, Willow, do you get that at all?
Honestly, I was very shocked when you had received a bunch of questions like that and nobody said a peep about me being on the panel.
I didn't think of that.
I was like, how did I get past the radar on
Slip
this?
right by it.
I was like, my dad's white as hell.
Yeah.
But I think, like, mixed folk are...
For the record, Willow Nightingale is white and Guyanese.
At the end of the day,
She is not an American
right?
Negro.
So,
subscribe to Wrestling with Racism
like,
on
listen, if you're
YouTube
not
and check out the delineation
trying to have
series,
be
the
the face
importance
of
of
America,
delineation series in the
you still
playlist.
deal with all of, like, the oppression and the systemic kind of things that are going to hold you back. And I understand there is colorism, there is privilege in being lighter skin and having different features or whatever. I recognize this, but at the end of the day, like, people do still perceive me as a black woman, and that is something I can speak on. So I found it weird that nobody was like, what about Willow, though?
I didn't even think of that. That's actually
saying
funny.
nothing about Dre. The longer I've known you, you're turning into an old Italian man before my eyes. You look more and more like your grandma every day.
Oh, I heard all about your grandma.
Yes.
His grandma's the best.
Yeah.
My grandmother is a full-blooded, semi-racist Italian woman.
Yes.
That my first memories in life were watching pro wrestling with her, right? And she booed every black person, and I would sit next to her, and I was like, "Grandma, like, what the fuck? You're not like them." That's what she used to tell me. So when I see stuff like this, and I never understood it because, yeah, my features, like when I had an afro, believe it or not, a big nappy ass afro, and like white people was like, "Oh, I didn't know you can grow one of those." I've seen your grandmother. My grandmother had like the long Italian pony. My grandmother robbed banks for a living.
Oh my God.
I like that.
Yeah, she was like a super gangster.
Gambled a little bit. It's all right.
She gambled a lot.
She was eccentric.
Yeah, Sicilian, like true full-blooded Italian. But I don't get those questions anymore because, you know, I've grown up and whatever. Like my pops is like racially ambiguous, but he's like proud of it. It's very strange. But it's like when I saw that messaging, I was like, man, this is like some dangerous messaging to put on a public platform that people can latch onto and then start questioning what is black. Foundational black. I was like, yo, what the fuck are we talking about? Would Malcolm X be a foundational black American?
Valid point. I think I don't give it much.
The radar on
Slip
this.
right
I
by
don't give
it.
it much
Like,
thought.
my dad's white as hell. But I think, like,
You can understand how difficult it is for a black man to make his way in the world. You black. Now I have the utmost respect for you. Get out of here. And I am just hoping.
Eddie, what the hell is coffee? Is good with cream, but better when it's black.
of
We here at Wrestling with Racism hope that each and every single American Negro enjoyed this edition of Wrestling with Racism, as we can assure you that wrestling with racism is not the easiest thing in the world to do. We here at Wrestling with Racism aim to exploit white truths. However, white truths isn't the easiest thing to live through. As we continue to wrestle with racism, we are in the second half of our second season, and Wrestling with Racism is hiring for key positions. We are actively seeking an editor. If you are an editor and you are an American Negro, please feel free to DM me your resume. You must be in tune with professional wrestling and social issues regarding race, specifically with American Negroes. You may DM me at non-crackers@al with the L on the end on Twitter X, which is also the place where you can find more white truths. Wrestling with Racism is also actively seeking an associate producer. Please DM me your resume if you are interested in the position. You may also DM me at non-crackers@al on Twitter X, which is also where you can find more white truths. To American Negroes, we encourage you all to voice your opinion on the state of professional wrestling and American Negroes' participation in professional wrestling on camera and behind the scenes, also in executive roles. If you would like to join HBK 400, Deportation 2025, the owner of a stolen gun, and our trusted, valued correspondents, Foundational Bearded American, and Duke CT from the Duke CT Lounge, feel free to DM me at non-crackers@al on Twitter X, which is also the place where you can find more white truths. It is important for our voices to become collective as we are truly facing erasure. American Negroes, take care of yourself as an individual and protect one another as family. As our ancestor, Frankie Beverly, stated plainly, we are one, and that's the way it is.